guys, my name is Rage and we are back today with another legendary review video for you all. In today's video, I'm sure you guys have seen it. Exciting times. I can't believe it's already back again. At Black and Ebony event, the infamous Ebony Maw is coming back right here. I have unlocked him to the tier 6 already. Tier 7, giving me the full 6 yellow stars. But, you know, that's been an extremely rewarding experience for me. We're going to talk about skills, what Ebony Maw brings to the game, where he stands overall now compared to his fellow legendaries, and whether or not you guys should invest in him. So, with that being said, for those who are unfamiliar, Ebony Maw, for his unlock, he does actually require all 5 Inhuman characters, and it does actually involve another legendary being Black Bolt. With that being said, what are his abilities? Ebony Maw's basic attack here with his Needle Storm applies a bleed. Additionally, if the primary target also a hero controller, it applies an additional 2 bleeds. So with this one, it's almost like a basic attack, except you can see that it actually has bonus attacks, which is really nice. It's really cool because when he ever does the killing animation, it actually does look like a Darth Vader chokehold. So it's really cool to watch when it does actually happen. I got really lucky with the 6 thread, so you bet I've been really nailing it on him in terms of increasing his overall abilities, especially where he is right now in the game with being utilized. Insidious Whisper is an amazing special ability. It's, you know, you do see this ability across a lot of characters in the game, but you very rarely see it where you apply an offense down at the same time as a defense up. So when you T4 this, 100% I do recommend it, because not only do you get the defense up for 2 turns at the level 6, by T4ing, the offense down is also applied as well, right? So you get defense up and offense down, and as well, he also applies additional counters to his fellow Black Order allies. So this is a very powerful special ability. I've utilized it across in all game modes, and I'll show you guys here and quickly in the gameplay here when we dive right into the battle, just for reference. Another key ability I love for T4ing, as well as being able to utilize it across all game modes, is going to be Force Transfusion Ultimate. And it's very similar. Think of this ability very similar to Minerva. Ebony Maw is going to steal 3% health from all of his enemies and redistribute it in his team. It bypasses the heal block, so you don't ever need to worry about heal block being on your allies. And as you can see here, it does actually repeat, so it's almost like a repetitive attacking motion. And you're going to see that actually apply because it's almost applied like a burst effect. It's really cool to see. Additionally, you can also see that on top of that, he also applies a slow to all the enemies for 2 turns. This is really key, because not only is he healing up his fellow allies, but he's also inflicting another negative condition on the enemies, really giving us that extra advantage. And the beautiful thing about this ability is when you are able to T4 it, you can see that it actually benefits the Black Order allies extremely effectively, because it fills up the speed bar, and it also reduces the speed bar of all enemies per Black Order. So this ability scales more with the full Black Order on your team. So the more Black Order allies you have, the more potent this ability becomes, which is why it's extremely essential to maximize the ultimate benefit when you have the full Black Order team on your side here. Last but not least, the Envoy of Thanos passive. Essentially, you're just gaining additional benefits for the team. You can see that the 2 regen, death-proof immunity all applies, as well, also giving Thanos a speed bar increase per Black Order ally. So this really is an ability that's kind of focused on Thanos, but overall, it does actually provide immense benefits to the rest of the Black Order allies that Ebony Maw can scale with. Last but not least, I think one of the true hidden abilities of this is the fact that on the death of enemy controller here, especially it being a hero controller, you actually do gain charge and as well as immunity for all the allies, and a barrier for 20% of Ebony Maw's health. So getting his health as high as possible really does maximize the overall effectiveness. That's also why I increased the T4 to this as well, because you can see here it also gives an extra 10% resistance, really bolstering the Black Order allies and fellow allies on the roster. So, I mean, not enough things can be said about Ebony Maw. I hands down think he's just a staple legendary. With that being said, you know, that's enough talk. Let's go ahead and just dive into a quick arena battle here. I've been fluctuating between the 100 rank here and the 150, but you bet I bring in Ebony Maw due to the fact that he provides immense protection. So, you know, when I'm going through this, I do like to go ahead and focus on lower team levels just for reference. Black Order is a powerful team. I would like to avoid them if I can, but you know, just to demonstrate the effectiveness of Ebony Maw, you know, a great hero character is actually Phoenix. So you know what? Let's go ahead and face Phoenix in this round here. and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about with respect to Ebony Maw's abilities. He's extremely effective against hero controllers, which is why you want to pinpoint them, because it's just going to add another level of protection for our team. So with this roster here that we're facing, Phoenix is going to be the target for getting the benefits when we can take her down. But keep in mind as well, one of the first targets I will be aiming to take down is going to be Black Bolt. Because I know that Emma Frost is actually going to cleanse, I'm not actually going to activate Ebony Maw special just yet. So you can see right there, it would have already cleansed already. So that's why I want to go ahead and use my Phoenix and activate her special, because that way it allows us the ability to at least be able to kind of dodge that. And you know what? I am actually going to go ahead and use my cleanse just to get rid of us of the slow. But hopefully the game plan here is to take down Black Bolt, because I just don't want his abilities to be able to cancel us out. And you know what? Because we have Mr. Sinister here, I am actually going to clone a Phoenix as well, just to give us that extra edge here. And they have a clone Phoenix as well, so we can actually go ahead and see if we can take her down, just because she is weaker, less defense. And we're just going to go ahead and apply that defense up here. So this is going to be a great example here. I want to apply a slow, so I'm going to slow this down for you. But this is an example of Ebony Maw's ultimate here. I'm going to use it, and it just drains their health bar, as well as their speed bar, and it gives us an additional speed up if we have any Black Order allies. And you can see that also healed us up and applied a 2-turn slow. So that's exactly why I love Ebony Maw for that. And as you can see, when I took down Phoenix, that gave us a barrier as well as immunity now. So that's what I mean by just a boatload of benefits, especially when you know who you're up against. Ebony Maw is unbelievable. We took down the second Phoenix already, the Dark Phoenix, I mean, and that again gave us an immunity. So absolutely huge. We use Emma Froster to cleanse all the conditions. So now we actually can go ahead and target Black Bolt here. I want to take advantage of the fact that they don't have any benefits now. And we are going to just go ahead and just attack. Perfect. And you can see once he's down, I'm quite comfortable due to the fact that he can take down any of our guards and we can't resurrect. But Black Bolt also has an immense amount of damage. So a great time to actually utilize now Ebony Maw special here, applying defense up, as you can see, as well as offense down on their team. So absolutely beautiful ability. That's exactly why I love it. I'm gonna leave Phoenix there just because she is the most powerful. I don't want her bringing about Dark Phoenix just yet. We're gonna take down Hela just because she is squishier. She also has Greg kind of getting annoying there. Emma Frost and Mr. Sinister are quite tanky, so that's why I don't really want to deal with them just yet. Plus with Hela having the defense down, I want to totally utilize my Dark Phoenix as well, just to increase that overall damage output. So that's the game plan there. I'm going to activate Black Bolt now to wipe them out. And the best part is it can't be revived. And now we can actually focus in on Emma Frost here, finishing her off here. And once again, maybe I can capture this on video here. But let's see if our Darth Vader chokehold will actually work here. As you can see, it did work. The timing was perfect because of her health bar being quite low. So there you guys have it. Wow, I was actually able to capture all of his abilities. So that's really why I wanted to show you guys. And then once again, now we can just go ahead and finish her off. But you can see here that the main, although my synergy and my team was really good, what really made a key difference was having that beautiful synergy of support thanks to Ebony Maw. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. You can see even with there right there at the end, we're once again getting that immunity and barrier, really creating that fusion of defense and just having that support on our team and healing. So with that being said, I think personally, how I like to assess legendaries is I like to take a look at where they're used in the game right now. So, when we take a look at Ebony Maw, we have to compare him against the other top legendaries in the game. So I'm a huge fan of Phoenix. Phoenix has been immense for my progress in Dark Dimension 3, but unfortunately, she only helped me actually in one of the nodes. And then, you guys know how much I've leveled my Black Bolt here as well, and so I'm just starting them just to show you guys the top here. But in my opinion, I think 3 of the best legendaries in the game right now is Ebony Maw, Phoenix, and Black Bolt. So, to compare apples to apples, we have to take a look at where they are in the game modes, right? Highly proficient offensive force in the game, used in all game modes, but not a lot of players are going to utilize him in Dark Dimension 3, which is considered one of the most end game contents in the game, especially leading to Dark Dimension 4. Although he has a place because of the fact that he can actually eliminate his enemies and take away that chance for them to revive. He has one of the highest offensive outputs in the game, right? So that makes him already one of the top legendaries in the game. However, that Dark Dimension 3 aspect does take away from his usefulness in the late game. Albeit, again, he has a different purpose compared to Ebony Maw. Phoenix is arguably considered the most powerful legendary in the game. That's also why Scopely made it so that she was a 6 yellow star unlocked. The only legendary, might I add, to actually have that requirement. She's used in all game modes. Her X-Men team is considered one of the best, especially with the Uncanny X-Men roster, Colossus synergy, as well as Cyclops being in there. So absolutely amazing. She's using all game modes, Dark Dimension 3 as well. You can argue that the global nodes are really very, very difficult. With our Phoenix, I found immense value for her, so I consider her up there too. But then we have to also talk about Ebony Maw, right? She is the only legendary in the game that actually requires another legendary, actually being Black Bolt, which is one of the few best legendaries in the game as well, right? Next, because of his abilities, it makes it so that he can actually be added to almost any team. You can argue about the same thing with Phoenix and Black Bolt, obviously, but I do believe that they do need their team synergies a little more than Ebony Maw, whereas Ebony Maw can essentially be slotted into so many different teams. And really what does it for me is you take a look at the environmental factors here, especially in the game and where it's going, and especially when we look into the arena here, you know, we saw earlier that there was multiple Black Order teams, and that's not coincidence, right? You see almost every team rocking Ebony Maw because of the fact that Ebony Maw is actually, I would argue, well, one of the best legendaries in the game, or the best legendary in the game. What really pushes him over, in my opinion, is how much I've been using him, and the fact that his Black Order roster is the best team in the game, right? So that really does cement his value. That full Black Order roster, especially in the top 10 arena, that's all you will see. The fact that his legendary unlocks is one of the hardest in the game. And by the way, if you guys are looking to unlock, just a heads up here with the event, I have actually made videos on both his 5-star unlock and his 6-star unlock. So if you guys need help and assistance, I will put those links in the description below to assist you guys. With that being said, based on my overview of where Ebony Maw's in the game, the fact that he can be slotted into almost any team, and really when I'm having him, utilizing him in Dark Dimension 3, the biggest difference between him and Phoenix is that with Phoenix, you know, some teams, some players can actually go ahead and finish Dark Dimension 3 while Phoenix. Like for me, I only used her in a couple of nodes. Ebony Maw, when I didn't have him, it was extremely difficult. If you guys have been following my videos, he's really what set me apart from my first attempt in terms of those especially those first 4 nodes. Having Ebony Maw's defense and his healing was extremely immense for my success in Dark Dimension 3. So that's something I definitely got to add. With that being said, and his roster being the most powerful team in the game, I gotta say, I think without a doubt, Ebony Maw is likely and arguably the best legendary in the game. Single-handedly, I think he's one of those slot-in players, and because of what he brings to the table, I think he's just future-proof in that sense. He's a dominating force that essentially combines multiple characters, multiple supporting characters into one, and that's why I love his play, and the fact that his roster is also the best team in the game, and as well being a Dark Dimension 3 essential character. With that being said, you guys, thank you as always for watching. I do appreciate you checking out my channel, supporting the channel, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.